In every generation, the message of faith finds a new medium. From word of mouth to manuscripts, from pulpits to projectors, media has become the bridge between the altar and the audience. This is the story of Ikorodu Media, a ministry of vision, service, and sacred responsibility.
By who did the media of the church start with?
I don't know his what's his name, his church post, but I know his name as Brother Tunde and Funsho Pake Rico.
The present coordinator, which is leader Tunde Odele, and
Okay.
also Cape Elder Brother Funsho. I myself, Sister Bolaji, Iyaruno.
Bashimpo. I think Sister Kemi Aruno also, yeah.
When was the media of the church first created, unofficially?
I'm not sure I can remember, but I feel like about 7 years ago, unofficially 2018, 2019. Officially, who inaugurated the media, the church media, and in what year?
Shepherd, his name is Umefun. I don't know his post.
It was inaugurated in
September 2019 with his assistant Ayotunde Bakari.
How many units or departments is the media divided into?
The DOP, logistics,
the graphics team, cinematographers, we have the content creators, we have the editors, projection team, and there's so many actually.
welfare.
What department do you fall in?
DOP, that's Director of Photography.
Okay. What do you like about shooting videos?
What do I like about shooting video? That's a very tricky question. I don't know. Just telling a story.
I try to create moments and like beautiful memories.
So how do you communicate with the projection team while you are shooting?
We have walkie-talkie, so we use walkie-talkie to communicate with each other.
I don't know. They are meant to be like projection team, according to you, are meant to communicate to people handling the cameras because they know what they want, and the guys handling the cameras can only see as far as the eyes can tell. So you guys in the projection team are meant to like direct them to shots they want.
So-
Ways.
If you're facing any challenges outside while shooting and you want to relate it to them, what do you do?
We kind of have like walkie-talkies. So that's what we lay our information through.
Regarding the quality of the gadgets,
Yeah.
how do you improve this? What challenges do you face? How do you work on it?
Okay, regarding the qualities of gadgets, we don't really have like a lot of since we've been actually operating as media team, we didn't really have like gadgets to like, work with. I've been kind of like roughing it with minor gadgets like phones and everything. But recently we just like, I think that was like last year or so, last year's got one camera which is kind of like helping us to get good, better quality. And another challenges we are facing is like the network issue. Because where our church is, how I say it, the position of the church or the area position is like down the hill. So network doesn't really flow well, so we kind of like have issues with network. The other gadgets we are kind of like roughing it, phones and other things. The
Alright.
major issue is like money. Fund to buy better things like transmitter, gimbals. Oh god, sound engineering. That I think we've actually solved that challenge with getting a sound card that works fine and better for the whole thing. So that part is kind of like. But the main challenge, another challenge is like the mixer or sound engine that the church choir uses. It's kind of like issues with that one. So we sometimes get very wrong feedbacks from them. So that's it.
The social media, what role does it play in evangelism?
But now this time and era, I think social media is one of like biggest game piece in evangelism because sometimes most people don't have time to go to church, or some don't have time to go to church. While they are home, they can actually live stream. They can actually join the church live stream and be with the service, things like that. And they can also get like information, knowledge from social media platforms, which when the church media team puts like kind of like educative series to educate the people about church, about God, about the gospel, and many more wonderful things God has done. Get.
Do you believe that the media department in the church is being recognized as an important part of the church?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know concern me. Till I recognize it, I don't recognize it. The main thing is for me to do my part and actually do the job which I kind of like chose to do in church, which is to join the media team and actually tell stories about the gospel, sharing it to people and how people feel. If the church recognizes me, that's their own cup of tea. The main person that's meant to recognize me is God.
In my perspective, I would say no. Because though they appreciate, but I feel it's not enough. They tend to recognize us, but it's not enough.
Individually, let me put it like that, individually, some appreciate, but the thing is, you can't satisfy everybody. And in terms of, that's why I said community church has a lot of challenges compared to landlord shepherd, because if you see any shepherd that is interested in media, he can spend his last card to improve them in terms of gadgets. But community church, transferring shepherd today, bringing in another new shepherd, not all of them is interested in media. Not all of them that understand the works of media. So I think that is where we are lacking in terms of community church. So another thing is changing of chairman, the church chairman. I'm talking about the parochial now, from one parochial to another. In time when we were first inaugurated officially, the chairman then, I think he understands much about what media is. But the chairman, like the chairman we have now, he also understand, but not to that extent of that the former chairman. So telling him we are to buy this, we are to buy that, is like, we have a lot of projects we want to do now. We can't spend money on this, we can't spend money on that. So it's like we are stressing them or disturbing them for improving the media gadgets. So, and we have some church members just like that, they will just tell you, oh, why is our networking like this? Why is your live streaming like this? What do you need? Okay, if I should get you this, will it be all right? That is individual appreciation, support. So those are the ones that they are supporting us in another way. So most of the thing is community church has a lot of problem dealing with media.
Now the whole network in Nigeria is like fucking up. So MTN, Airtel, everybody's messing up. So like now, if they don't fund us to a certain point, if you buy Starlink, everybody allow data the flow, everybody will enjoy the whole thing, and we don't even have enough gadgets to kind of like solve delays in feedbacks from the camera to the live stream and everything. So all those kind of things makes workflow not really flow like that. You don't really get camera, and we need also phones. In all, funding, money.
Do you believe that the church recognizes the media team enough? Because if actually they do not recognize, they might not want to fund. But if they do recognize as an important part of the church, then they should be able to fund.
Okay.
So do you believe that they recognize the media team as an important part of the church?
Okay, so let me kind of like think about that. For the church to recognize the media team has to work to a certain level which you get recognized, yeah? So the main thing is for the media teams, wherever media team it is, my church or any church, that they feel the church is not recognizing them, to actually level up their game according to their weight, like according to their own capacity, not overdo things. Level up your game and church sees things you are doing. Like they are seeing some important things. They will actually recognize you and feel, okay, what next can they do or support you with? But if you don't do that, you're just like doing normal, basic things. I don't think they really get recognition or something like that. But for now, churches don't recognize media team. They only recognize the things that are in the constitution. So I ain't be that. You don't really go for yourself. If you like that, they don't recognize. Is it improper to project hymns using black backgrounds and white fonts because of doctrine? Like the doctrine side, because is it black and white? Is it proper?
Improper, I would say no,
Okay.
but I don't feel it's going to be very obvious. I'm not sure it's going to be clear enough using black and white, but saying improper, no.
What role does social media play in evangelism?
It helps to have a better outreach because basically in this our age now, everybody is online. So if you want to pass an information, you want to pass a message across, you want to talk to people, you can go online to do it. And that is basically the work of social media in the church. You are able to reach out to so many people and you're able to win souls.
What type of challenges do you guys face when live internet streaming and when you're live streaming?
While live streaming, we actually do face a lot of challenges. It is either the network is down or the live streaming cuts, like because of network issue, and then trying to bring it back up, it takes a lot of stress, or a point where only Facebook video is cutting, YouTube is going through, and then TikTok is also going through. We have to start, battling with Facebook, and others are going correctly. Then you'll be looking for where the issue is coming from. But basically, network issue. We don't have network. We don't have good network. We've bought MTN router. We've bought Airtel router. All of these are just giving issues.
During post-production, how does the media team handle editing?
Post-production, we have the editing team. We have the editors. And sometimes the cinematographers work with the editors so as to, you have to create memories, you have to be able to create moments with your work. So if the cinematographer is available to work with the editor, you can be able to sell your concept. Because of course, while you are shooting, you have a concept of what you are shooting. So you'll be able to sell your concept to the editor, and then from there, work goes on. One big challenge that we are facing concerning editing is gadgets. We do not have enough gadgets for editing. It's either the system is hanging or the app is crashing.
How do you communicate with cinematographers about focus areas while projecting?
Okay, when I have the cinematographers working out in the field, I use the communication kits. We have the walkie-talkies that we use, so I make use of that to communicate with them. And in some cases where maybe they can't hear me clearly or they have their earbuds out of the ears, I might have to step out of the office to talk to them.
This growth, outreach, and visibility of the church. So, how do you think the church media team influences the growth, outreach, and visibility of the church within the church and outside the congregation?
Okay, I said earlier that the work of the social media is to reach out to people, both online and offline, right? So in the church, the media team projects what is needed to be projected inside the church, and then we stream online also. So we are able to reach people, various people, several people outside the church. Most people do not have time to get to church, maybe because of work. Because of the doctrine of the church, some ladies might not be able to come to church, and then we are able to reach them online. So through this, we reach a lot of people. even within and outside the church. Challenges do the media team face while working with the shepherd and the elders, especially when trying to, emphasize the importance of the team, of the media team in the church?
There are a lot of challenges, especially in terms of um, financially, yes, because we all know celestial churches, especially the community church, they are fond of this type of there is no money, we need to raise funds, from people. But I think the major challenges for media in celestial churches is money.
Okay.
And when we are talking about we need gadgets, each time we meet the church for 1 or 2 gadgets, the thing will be, what are we going to see? What is going to be the benefit from the amount they are going to spend? So they believe if they are spending out, something should be coming back to the church purse. So we face those challenges during the first term. While moving on, we face some challenges because the technology is improving and we need to move from the normal phone gadget to camera. After getting the camera, there are a lot of things that came up again. All is about money. But this our church, they just need you to come out and tell them, okay, if you spend this money, we are going to give you there will be something that will come out from it. If you can't offer them such offer, then they won't really turn up or come to rescue the media team. There is a Yoruba adage that says, tí ó bá sí owó ní tó òun ò bá sí nílé, wọ́n máa ń ṣe dábàá lẹ́yìn o.
As a graphic designer, while creating graphics for church purposes, do you restrict your designs against the use of red colors and black colors because of the doctrine?
It is specifically written in that constitution that red and black apparels, just apparels. But there are cases we use colors, not even cases, most times we use colors to interpret our designs, to interpret what we want people to get, to feel. More like, let's say, graphics design for Good Friday, most definitely we will have
Red color.
And the black color there, perhaps, just to give us the depth of how pain can be, can be expressed. So I believe colors are limited to just red, they are limited to red and black, are just limited to just the apparel. Every other thing, sincerely, there is a lot when it comes to challenges. I've worked with people that will say, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that, just because of likes. And at times, those things do not conform with, how would I put it? They don't conform with expression, graphics expression. They don't conform with how we communicate. So all those things, when we talk of graphics design, we talk of hierarchy, we talk of what's it called? Colors, we talk of all those things like that. Alignment, yes, exactly. So there are some things that they might want to force down your throat that you must fix in, or because they want to put an unquote, bring in the doctrine in the graphics, and at times it might not
doesn't work out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we tend to go back and forth, and there are some cases that okay, we're fortunate to design some things, and eventually they were not in use. They didn't use them because those things didn't
It didn't suit them.
so that's just it. Well, all in all, we balance it. If they say they don't want it, give them what they want, and just don't affiliate yourself to what you design. That's just it.
How do you manage crisis communication within the church media?
That's a difficult thing. Sincerely, it's a very, very difficult. And so think of at the moment, we all have things that we have a personal thing that we all go through. So there are times that we tend to forget to communicate, and most times it does happen because in the light of, most especially in this celestial world, in the light of wanting to get things done at a particular time, you tend to, be the jack of all trades. You do it without telling them. When you are done, perhaps that's even when you remember to tell. That's even when you remember to tell. But most times, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for people, for somebody that has a lot to go out
Over.
But when one is being recorded, you refrain, you talk, and we move on. That's it. That's just. But mind you, in a team, communication is very, very important.
How do you manage the challenges you face with internet streaming?
Nigeria, we do not have a stable network. We don't. All these network providers, they can actually frustrate your life. When you hear the weapon fashioned against you, that's actually the network providers in this Nigeria. So we tend to, juggle all provider, except if perhaps one could afford Starlink. You could afford Starlink, and perhaps this latest Fiber X people are running to. I wouldn't know if Fiber X is.
The Ikorodu media, how does the team handle post-production editing?
Post-production, I would say, quote and unquote, post-production, every department of the media has post-production. Be the cinematography, be the photography, be even graphics. We all have post-production. So everybody works according to their different departments. So if we say post-production for cinematography, which is video, we say we have a specific set of people in that. We say for photography, we have some specific people. Everybody knows, there are different departments, and they act based on those departments. So and if perhaps we need somebody to work in another department, we could as well borrow. That's why we have done it.
So basically, there's no laid out template for post-production editing.
Well, there are timelines for post-production depending on the events. There are events that we shoot that might not necessarily be needed at that particular time. So we could keep them for subsequent time when it will be necessary. And there are some videos that once you shoot them, you need to drop them immediately. That's it.
What is the future vision of Ikorodu Media?
I had to think a little about that question. Not because it's difficult to answer, but because it is a very broad agenda. It's a very, very big agenda. We were never here. We never got here. We started from somewhere. I
Yeah.
believe we started from somewhere. So our projection is actually bigger than where we are. And I believe we are working towards it. That's why we keep, learning from our past mistakes and, learning from others that have made mistakes too as well.
Mistakes. In summary, is to make the church, to publicize the church globally, and to win souls into the church. So in the nearest future, we want to be able to reach thousands of people, even without doing a full service. Once we are online, once we are connected online, once we are live, we should be able to we should be assured that, oh yes, we have thousands of people joining us for service on a particular day. We have been able to call in thousands of people into the congregation through our work. The church Diamond Jubilee is around the corner. What do you expect from the media?
Secret. Want to hear secret?
Expect a lot from all departments of the church.
Environment.
Okay.
Ikorodu media is more than cameras and screens. It is ministry in motion. It is worship through wires. It is doctrine through design. It is history captured in high definition.